It's just something that goes from your feet all the way up to your head, man. It just make your whole body feel good, knowing that you've actually helped someone to come from a state of despair, and into a point of thriving. Instead of living, I want them to live with a purpose, and that's the main thing. Anyone can just live, but living with a purpose requires work and requires effort. Me and the other social workers here, we are, gladly willing to help, offer you the resources or do whatever we can do to try to get you into that better place in life.
Working as a staff, working with people from all walks of life can be challenging. And it can mean that we do a lot of emotional labor. It can be very stressful, it can be sad, it can be happy. We range from high and low, all within a day's work. And the Community Resources Department is always there for staff to talk about their concerns or their issues relating to the work that they do working with people. And so the Community Resources Department has really been a big support for our staff.
I am one of the Community Resource Specialists here with the Community Resource Department. So our department is here to help out with any sort of patron who might need assistance navigating resources, finding resources, knowing what's available in the community, knowing how to work through different kinds of applications, different kinds of government processes, all of those sort of things.
We have people who are who have a lack of resources, or who just may fall short and need something at the moment. And we also have unsheltered patrons throughout the system, and they go to all the branches. Luckily, through our generous donations by various organizations and churches, which is all coordinated by Polly Deems at the library, we keep hygiene bags and snack bags, because that's something that our department as community resources, we couldn't afford to do all the time, considering all the other things we're trying to do.
They help me out a lot, you know what I'm saying? I come here just for the resources, to get the help. Now Miko, he helps me in any way that I ask him to. He's a good man. And I praise him for that, you know what I'm saying? He's a blessing to me, The resources, they're here at the library. If you want them, come get them. If you don't, stay away. Trouble stays away, and those that need help, come get it. It's here.
Jacksonville has a high homeless and drug use population, and Community Resources brings us hygiene items and snacks for those in need. We also provide water bottles when it's hot outside, and they leave their cards here and flyers if they have any kind of programs going on so that people can take them.
I think a lot of our role is also about making sure that we have good partnerships and relationships with service providers in the community, because that allows us to make better referrals, keeps people from having to go from one place to the other if we know the agency and we know the people that we're referring our patrons to. I think a lot of people, specifically in the unhoused community, wind up going from one place to the other, mm-hmm. And we try to avoid that for them. Another really important part of our job is to kind of take care of our staff in some ways. We do training for our staff, like on topics, mental health, substance abuse, so that they can better serve patrons who are experiencing those type of things.
For the most part, like she's interested in the activities of the games, and the food, the little food snack services, and it just being a central hub of information to where there is, if people actually read the flyers that's up, they could do like we've been doing and actually start, being to where almost housed.
That's about relationships. And relationships can go a long way here in the library. We can support people and understand what they need more. It can address any kind of code of conduct, behavioral type issues in a much better way than just here's the rules, you have to follow them. So it is about relationships. And I think that what Mikos was talking about, the background of that was that we have, I think, pretty special relationships with some of our patrons, especially the ones who have a lot more challenges, like with mental illness and like with substance use. And I think it's nice that we can be somewhat of a ambassador for these patrons.
So every branch has a different population that they serve. Everybody's branch has different needs. While we are a system, Jacksonville's different from Little Rock. We're in a completely different city, and with not having resources here, we're even different from McMath and Williams, who we're most similar to. Every branch knows its patrons the best.
Each person comes with their own set of challenges. So, we have to tailor the conversation and what we're doing with the patron for this specific patron. No two patrons are the same. I mean, they may have similar issues, but we like to treat everyone as an individual person. That's how we establish rapport with our patrons, is treating them as individuals and not, we look past the circumstances that they're in, and we just, try to do our best to try to get them into a place where they go from living to thriving.
Yeah.
As librarians, we're able to provide a certain level of assistance in finding resources and materials and stuff, but the Community Resources Department takes it a step further, and they're able to really work one-on-one with patrons and spend more individual time with them, assessing their needs and helping them reach their goals.
That's what it is, a good fight. Call it a good fight. That's exactly what it is. A good fight, and only winners win. So, it's a good fight. You got to battle, and only the strong survive. So you got to hang in there. You got to fight the good fight.